It up for Frances, everybody. She has her own soundbite.
Give me some of that
The
Vagina.
vagina.
vagina is soundbite, but this is Frances. Look at her glowing and shit. Every time she looked blind because she got her glass off. Like, oh yeah, Henry, I really
I do
can't
have my
see.
glasses off because the light was reflecting off my glasses and I couldn't find them. That's why I was like, yo, give me 5 minutes because I couldn't find my glasses.
All right, everyone, give me 2 seconds while Frances gets it together as I run my intro clip. All right, here we go. Let me bring up some stuff. All right, what the hell? What the hell? Let's go, Frances. So you had the pleasure to go to New York Comic Con. How was that?
It was good. I mean, it was the first Comic Con after Jason passed. So it was a little odd. I was recognized a lot actually walking around, so that was weird.
Oh,
But
really? Recognized
yeah,
a lot. Who were you recognized by, per se?
fans, Power Rangers, everybody.
Now, did you?
A lot of fans were like, "Oh my God, we love it when you go at Brent and you curse him out." That's like the highlight of the show. I saw Nerd affiliated there,
Oh
and
yeah, he
he
said that. I told him he messaged me like, "Yo, I finally met Francis." I was like, "Yo, send me a picture or it didn't happen."
no, I did. I didn't. He didn't ask me for it. I was like buying something for Axel. I was already leaving. I was buying like toy cars for Axel, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'll let you do your thing." He didn't want to bother me, so
Oh yeah, because he I saw him suited and booted.
yeah, he was as Ghostbusters, dressed as the Ghostbusters.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Now you also got to see a couple other people that we know,
I did. I did. I saw a lot of people.
and
That
Red Bunny Classic said you are Brent's bestie.
I
How dare you
apparently.
speak to
I
me
mean,
that way?
apparently, he can't go on stream without mentioning me. Even though he didn't mention me last stream, but it had nothing to do with me. Thank God.
Okay, let's just get right into it, y'all. Let's just
Of
get into the
course,
weeds. Let's get into the weeds. You know what I'm saying? She got to see your boy Walter Jones
I
out there.
did.
Now, look, guys, if you guys don't know, this whole Walter Jones beef, I wouldn't say it's a beef. It's just me like putting some stuff out there.
Challenging my manhood?
I guess allegedly started over miscommunication. One, I don't think you watched the video, but I'll let you explain it.
I don't think so much of it. Well, I since there were a lot of Rangers, they were all over the place, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it my mission to go see Walter because I didn't know he was gonna go. He was gonna go to the show until like maybe a day or two before, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it my point to go where he's at and speak to him because like this whole Walter tape thing just is annoying to me, right? Brett like has destroyed it. So I went to see Faunt first, but then I went to see him, and I went up to him. I think he had some people. I waited for him to finish, and I went up to him, and he was like, "You look familiar," and I was like, "I am." I'm sure. And he's like, no, 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 I've seen you somewhere. And I was like, oh, we just had a conversation a few weeks ago because I haven't told anyone, but I had a conversation with him on Instagram a few weeks ago. And he's like, oh, you're going to have to refresh my memory because, I've had a lot of conversations. And I was like, I was Jason David Frank's assistant. He's like, "What? Yeah, you're Francis." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, we haven't seen each other in a few years." He's like, "Yeah, you look a lot different than last time I saw you." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I was like, "Listen, I know that there's been a lot of back and forth, and I just want to clear the air because I'm a straight up bitch, right?" I was like, "Oh, I don't want to curse." I'm like, "I'm a straight up girl. Like, I just want to clear the air." And I'm gonna be honest, he was so nice. I didn't have my phone in my pocket. I didn't like out
Oh,
or
you
anything
didn't
like
pull the
that.
Brent? You ain't try to record
No,
him?
I didn't pull a Brent. I didn't because I think like respect is given so you can earn respect, right?
Okay.
So I told him I was like, listen, this whole Walter tape, like this whole tape with issue between you and Jason and it being released, and he's like, well, you know it's sad that it happened. And I was like, yes, it is sad, but it was something I explained to him. I was like, listen, there was something I said in passing, and this fan which he knows by name apparently. I think we all know him by name. This fan just became obsessed with it. It was something like, "Hey, you guys had an issue 10 years." He's like, "When was that? 2015, 16?" I was like, "No, it was 2014, so it was even longer." And he's like, I was like, "It was literally something that was said in 10 seconds, and I said you guys made up, and like it was blown out of proportion." And he's like, "Well, it should have never been released." And I was like, "I agree, it should have never been released, but like it was released because you guys called Henry a liar,
Hey,
because Henry is called a liar." And
hey,
then he
so
was like,
go
hmm?
ahead, go ahead. I ain't gonna interrupt.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
go,
keep. Any of y'all ninjas call me a liar, I will come at you with everything I goddamn have because I'm a lot of things. I
go.
don't have to lie. And the people who call me liars, they do it like in behind closed doors with all the other plank walkers. But continue.
And then, he was we had a long conversation, to be honest. Like it was a long conversation, and I told him like, it was up to me. It's never going to be released because I just feel like there's no point. And he's like, "Yeah, Jason's not here." And to be honest, like he says, and this is why I feel he didn't see the video. He says that it was made seem like he took the money, like the money was for him. And I was like, "That's not true. That's not true." I was like, I, he's like, "Yeah, no, he made it seem like the money was for me." And I was like, "No, the money, it was made very clear that the money was for Zach." He's like, "Yeah, that money was for Zach, was never for me." And and I was like, "No, no, no, no." I was like, "Just so you know, it was never about you. Like everyone's clear that it was not for you, and that you weren't the one like doing the shady stuff. That it was clear that it was Zach." And and to be honest, like he treated me very well. We had a good conversation. He's like, "I just don't like it because I'm trying to be positive. I'm out here trying to be positive and do all these positive things," which I agree with him. I don't think
You know,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I would not group him with Austin St. John, right?
right.
And because I think that, and we had this conversation. He's like, I told him like I was Jason's mirror. Like if he was wrong, I would tell him if he was wrong. If he was right, I would support him 100%. And he told me that the issue wasn't about Detroit, right? And I was like, "Wait, you guys spoke about Detroit. I remember the conversation." And he's like, "It wasn't so much Detroit. It was another con." And we had a conversation, and I feel that the conversation was genuine. And he was like, "Wait, Jason did that?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I have proof
Yeah,
of
we
that." And
showed
he
we
was like,
showed
"What?"
that he was trying to get him into the Detroit Motor City
And
contract.
another show, I was another show that he mentioned. And he was like, "Well, I was never told that." And I was like, "Well, it's a shame." I was like, "It's a shame that you were never told, but he did do that." And I know that he was like, I could tell in his face he was shocked that I told him that. And then he had fans come up, and I don't want to take more of his time. um and to be honest, like, while there are things that he does that I don't agree with, like associating with Austin, because I feel like he doesn't need Austin, right? I think that he was on his own and near Comic Con. Every time I passed like two times before, because I was kind of like, let me let
Scope
me
out the
like,
scene.
yeah, let's go about the scene, because I didn't know like if he was gonna get upset with me or not, right? And he was very gracious. I even told him like, "Thank you for being so gracious." Um, we took that picture. We took two pictures, and he had the conversation. Then he had people, and I was like, I don't want to interrupt because I know how it is, right? And he's like, "Please, like, let's have a conversation later on." So to me, like, I feel he was genuine, and
Okay.
and and I feel like he didn't get all the facts, and that's why it escalated with you, like that he thought you were a liar.
Well, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
being honest. Like, I'm
I
not
know you are,
defending him
but
because I don't have to
at the
defend
same time,
anyone.
he still be like, "Don't watch that Henry guy," and it's probably
Yeah,
not.
but
It's not over that video. I'm pretty sure it's not.
no, I'm sure. But like, I would understand. I would put myself in his shoes if I'm being accused of like me taking money for myself when it wasn't for him, right? And I think that everyone should be clear that money wasn't for Walter. It was for Zach McGinnis, who also was at the show. Um and I think that while I don't agree with some of, again, like I said, some of the things that he does, uh, I think he's a genuine guy, and I think he really did care for Jason. And I know that he came from a place that hurt. They were both hurt with each other, and they were able to mend it, right? I don't think that he's talked crap about Jason after his passing like the other guy, but I think that he told me, like, I was always clear with Jason, and I agreed, because I know he was always like, he would, go back and forth with Jason. But again, I think that it was all cool, and I think, if anyone has any heat for him because of that whole interaction, I don't think it should be, because I think it was 10 years ago. It doesn't matter, and that's why I keep telling Brent, like, why do you keep bringing up something that happened 10 years ago? Because it's 10 years ago. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I mean, with me, I have no issues with him. I did see the prices, but to be honest, all of them have raised their prices.
Well, yeah, Jason's going. So, like,
Like,
here's the thing, right, with the prices, right? If Jason is charging 50 for a picture and you're not more popular than him, how are you going to charge more than 50 for a picture? So, with
no,
Jason
of
going,
course.
there's no like ordering. You got Austin St. John with his $80 price tag. And here's Francis also with Jason Faunt.
Who was the most nicest person? I've always loved Jason Font. I feel like he genuinely loved Jason as well. And when he saw me, I was like, hi. Um, and he did like a double take. Remember, last time I saw these people, I was a lot bigger one, and it's been a few years. Maybe since Axel was born, I hadn't seen him. Like, he didn't even know I had Axel. So, he's like, "Wait, you have a baby?" And his baby was there, and his wife was beautiful. He was there, and we had a long conversation. But the funny part was that the first thing he asked me was like, "So you have like a YouTube channel or a drama channel?" I was like, "What drama?" I was playing stupid, you know what I mean? Like, what drama? He's like, "Was there's like some drama going on?" I was like, with what, Austin?" And like, the first thing I said, and he's like, Yeah, yeah, with that." But I was like, "Well, it was more with Zach." And he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Yeah, I know about the Zach thing." And I was like, "Yeah, I do YouTube channels." And I was like, "I have a YouTube channel, and I go a lot on someone else's channel, a guy named Henry." He's like, "Yeah." And
She
then I
pulled the
was like,
Brent, everybody. She dropped me at the
I
con.
did. I mean, everyone that came up to me dropped your name. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do?
Goddamn.
I mean, if they're asking about my YouTube channel,
Goddamn.
come on, I hardly post. Let's be honest. You're always on
Henry
my butt about
Resilient.
it, so I know it's about. If it gets out there, it's because people are mentioning you, right? And me being on your channel. And I explained to him, the whole thing with Zach, which he knew, and then he's like, "Yeah, I understand." And he was so nice, and I'm like, "Let me pay." He gave me this. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. He gave me this. Well, he's
You,
like, "Choose whatever you want off
Francis,
the
you've been
table."
you've been out of focus for the whole thing. So
How?
because you've been out of focus, it's okay.
Really?
I just didn't correct you because you
Well,
were you were in your zone. It's okay.
you should have corrected me. Is it still out of focus? I don't even know
Yes,
how to fix it though.
don't worry about it because you
How
look
do I
like
fix
you
it?
you're probably on your phone. Don't worry about it because
I
we
am on my phone.
I got other content I got to get to. But what
Oh,
was
but it looks like I'm uncomfortable. Anyways, but the point is that he was very nice and gave me everything free. He didn't let me pay for anything. And of course, I had to go through the other Rangers.
yeah? Let's go
And
through them.
I went to the Ranger Stop booth, and it was Nakia, Catherine, Steve, and
First off, shout out to Jamal Breezy who said, "Let's go, Team Francis."
oh, thank
And
you.
Degenerate said those Yankees are gonna lose. He posted this of you. You
Oh
know.
gosh, that's so funny.
But let's keep going.
See,
So,
there's me like that, and I don't get upset.
hey, well,
I should be good in that picture.
you got some bitch niggas out. I mean, bitch ninjas out there that get they panties getting a bunch when you meme them. But and then they
But
keep going.
uh, Catherine was always nice, very nice. Steve was, they were actually busy. Like, w- so Jason Font was in a booth with Serena Vincent, Michael Copon, and the cat guy. What's his name? The one that kissed his sister. Oh my god, I always forget
Christopher
his
Kamen
name.
Lee. Christopher Kamen Lee.
Yeah, Christopher
The
Kim and
guy who
Lee.
kissed his
And
sister. Yeah, he tongue
I
their
don't
ass down.
remember
He's
his
like,
name.
ah.
And they were busy. They were very smart. They got their own booth and they were very smart about it. Ranger Stop, obviously, they're in the Ranger Stop booth with all these, Power Rangers items. So they were busy as well. Um I feel like I got side eyed from a few people on the Ranger Stop booth, but I didn't approach them. And
Who?
Karen, like I didn't approach Karen. I only said hi to Catherine and see you.
Oh, you ain't say hi to the black women, huh? Look at this. Racist.
I
We got her.
no, not
We got her.
look
She
at the skin
racist.
color. No, no, I felt like the heat. You know what I mean? And I wasn't really. I was like, let me not push too many buttons because it's one thing like if Walter would have said something to me, but ain't no woman gonna disrespect me. So
Okay.
I just made sure that didn't happen. And then of course I passed by Austin's table,
Okay. Did you
and
see?
he didn't really have a line,
I saw Zach Taylor
but
McGinnis was there.
Zach was definitely there. And Kevin Servo, there was other people there. Kevin Servo had a line. But what I find so odd, right? For someone that wished and was glad that Jason died, you know, there was like a stand, in the booth and with a picture like this, right? A picture up. And the picture was of Jason and Austin in the Black Ranger suit, and I think Jason was in the Zeo suit, red Zeo suit. And it was like propped up. So like you don't like Jason, you wish you're glad he's dead, you said he was a horrible person or whatever, but you're using him. Like the only picture that was propped up was the one of them two.
Which one
And
was it? Was it
it was like I
was
know
it
that Austin was
this
in the Zeo
one?
picture.
Was it this one?
No, it was um that one.
Which one?
That one. The one with the Zeo. The first second one.
Second
The
one.
first, yeah, that one. Where your
Okay.
mouse is at.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This one right here, the golden red.
That one, you see. Mm-hmm. That one's the one that was propped up.
Well, of course, man. They gonna use it to monetize them.
Of course.
And I
But
saw
then,
Zach.
what I mean?
Zach was
Like,
in the booth. I'm like, they're the two POSs.
yes.
Two
Zach
POSs.
was in the booth with Austin. I passed by a few times. I don't think they recognized me. But I didn't wanna this is the thing, like everyone's been asking me on Instagram because I posted the picture with Walter on my Instagram story, and they're like, well, did you go talk to Austin? And I'm like, I will never ever buy something or go in his booth or give him any of my money. Walter, I paid for this picture. He didn't want to take the money, but he did, which is fine because that's a business, and I don't feel bad with that because he wasn't he's not with Zach, but Austin is never gonna get my money, and neither is Zach. And the prices are crazy. $100
They smoking
for
dope.
what? You know what I mean? Like craziness. And there's other stuff that I saw too, like other rangers charging 200 for like a signed item. I was just like,
That's
yikes.
crazy.
That was
Crazy.
never when I was doing shows with Jason, that was never the thing. Um, Jason Faunt, Serena, all of them, they had normal prices. I don't think they were outlandish or crazy. But I mean, to each their own. I just feel like, everyone definitely knows who you are and stuff like that because so many people came up to me about that. And I could feel the heat
Acknowledge
and the side
me.
eye. I feel like if I would have gone and said something, let's say like stood in Karen's line, something probably would have gone down to the point that she would have said something, which is
Oh
fine because I
God.
don't care. I was invited out. I couldn't because I feel sick, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
All right. Well, thank you, Francis, for your update. I really
I'm sad I
appreciate it.
wasn't unfocused, but
It's all right. It's
it
gonna
was fun.
it's gonna
Next
get
time you need to
clipped.
come. Next time you
Okay.
need to come to me. Come, come.
I'm gonna come. All right. I'm gonna come. All right. You know my terms and services if I pop out in New York. So
I said New York Comic Con,
yeah.
not to see me personally.
Yeah,
Yes, Henry's like, you know the options.
I view it as the same thing. All right. Well, thank you, Francis, for coming up and giving us your story. I appreciate that. Let me know what y'all thought about
Thank you.
Francis' clip, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.